This week we'll be going over all of the Mount Craw lucky dice locations in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. There are going to be 19 dice around the map, and this one's going to be pretty easy to go through, so it should be fairly simple for you to clear out. And of course, as always, we've got our Tiny Tina's guide playlist linked down in the description, so if you're looking for the rest of them, go ahead and check that out. And now, let's get into it. Each time you pick up one of these dice, your loot luck will go up however much your roll was. This will be one of the main ways you increase that stat when working towards the Luck Amok achievement. There are a couple of side missions you'll have to start to unlock the areas of some of these dice. Goblins Tired of Forced Oppression, Forgery, Nonviolent Offender, and the Slayer of Vorkanar will all be needed, and I'll throw up a tag in the top left for the dice that require one of those. The first die will be over here. When you first travel to Mount Craw, you'll go through Sterigog Point, cross a river, and if you come over to the left, you'll see this die down here. The second die will be here. This one requires you to be going through the Goblins Tired of Forced Oppression quest, and as you're doing the propaganda posters, you'll see this die by going up around here and over this bridge. The third die will be in the Shimmering Lake. You'll need to go towards the lake and over to this 2-story house. This die will be sitting on the balcony. The fourth die will be over here. You'll go up the hill here in the Shimmering Lock and go into this house and down the stairs where you'll find this die. The fifth die will be here. It's going to be near the end of the Shimmering Lock area where you find this ice cavern. Just head in there and immediately to your left you'll see this one. The sixth die will be over here. This one will require you to be on the Forgery side quest. Once you speak to Claptrap, you can unlock the gate from here. Then head through and go to the left to grab this die from up on this ladder. The seventh die is going to be here. This one also requires you to be going through the Forgery side quest. You'll go into this quarry, head over to the right and follow the mine tracks. At the end of this tunnel, this die will be on the right side. The eighth die will be over here. In the Shimmering Lock, you can head left up on the slope and then go over to the right across a bridge. If you go through the entrance to Baldar's lair and turn right, you'll see a pier where you can find this die. The ninth die will be here. Over on the left side of Baldar's lair, you're going to go around the main tower, and this die is going to be in a small shed by the mountain. The 10th die is going to be over here. You'll need to be doing the Nonviolent Offender side quest in order to access this one. After confronting Baldar, you're going to go into the Cave of Dave. This will be on the left on top of this stone column. The 11th die is going to be here. It'll also require the Nonviolent Offender side quest in order to access. Once you're in the Cave of Dave, you're going to go over to this area with some rocks marked with yellow paint. Go up there and jump across to this path, and at the end, you're going to find this die. The 12th die will be over here. In the Furious Gorge, you'll go across the bridge, and then in a house on your right, you can find this die. The 13th die is going to be here. Pretty close by the last one, you can go to the right and up the ramp over here. Take the tunnel to the right and eventually you'll find this goblin hut out here where you can find this die. The 14th die is going to be over here. It'll be close by, so you'll just need to go up these scaffolding steps over here, go across this bridge and go up the rocks painted yellow. Keep following that path until you get to the end, jump down to the right and follow the rest of the way to grab this die. The 15th die will be here. You can jump down from the 14th and go up the same path, but this time instead of going to the right, we're just going to run straight out here and jump off to go to this die. The 16th die is going to be over here. This one will require you to start the Slayer of Vorkanar side quest in order to get this die. After you go across this big bridge, you can go into a cavern where there's a couple of small goblin huts under here. This die will be in the right one. The 17th die is going to be here. It'll also require you to be on the Slayer of Vorkanar side quest. After the big bridge, you can go through here and follow the train tracks. Then climb up the platforms up this tower and you'll see this die up here. The 18th die will be over here. It again will require the Slayer of Vorkanar side quest. After you cross the bridge here, you can go up to this area, and eventually you'll climb this ladder for some scaffolding and keep going up this path. Then jump to the platform on your left here, and continue on this way across some bridges. Out to the left will be an opening towards the Shimmering Lock. Go out there and drop down to the balcony of this house, and on the other side will be this die. The 19th and last die for the map is going to be over here. You'll have to be on the Slayer of Vorkanar side quest again, and enter into the Tribute Way, go up the ramp on your left, and where there's a goblin hut, the die is going to be right next to it. And that is all 19 of the lucky dice that are on the Mount Craw map of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Now, be sure to check out my playlist for the rest of my Tiny Tina's guides.